Karibu. Karibu. Salama. Welcome. Welcome to T3 and Me. We have 19 people waiting. Welcome, y'all. We had to put my gloves on and put T3 to sleep. Get in the ring. You know, babies always pick the best times to fight their sleep when you got something important to do. But hey, we're here. Karibu, everybody. Long time.
Can y'all hear us pretty good, y'all? Give us a 1 if y'all can hear us before we get started.
One. All right. Santi Sana.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming back, because yesterday was a hot mess.
Man.
Y'all. Somebody was like, y'all ain't talking about no jabs today.
Man.
But we back. We back and we better. So, Grace Mason said, hey guys, looking great. All right.
What's going on, Grace?
Anaya said, shalom, we can hear you. Sorry.
Shalom. Thank you, Santi. Thank you for joining. We appreciate it. Man. Hope everybody's doing well out there. You know, hope you got your mind right. I hope you're trying to do right. Hope you're just trying to do the right things out here. Trying to be in a positive mindset despite everything that the enemy is trying to throw at our minds, man. I hope y'all holding on and being strong, you know?
Yep.
I'm gonna let some people come in.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all. It's been good. It's been a lot of learning going on our behalf. We've been figuring out a lot, learning the country a lot, learning the people a lot, and learning our people a lot. The people we come in contact with from the States. That's making the journey as well. You know, it's a lot of learning going on over here, y'all, from all aspects.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, beautiful people? You're on the right boat right now. Africa will, while we still in Babylon. Elvis Mengisto, Santi Sana. Thank you, Elvis. Thank you. We just
Hopefully
trying
you
to.
won't be there for much longer, though.
Yeah, if it's if you're supposed to leave, get out of there. And Stepping Stones to Home said give him a wrench.
Oh, you got a wrench? You two must have took your wrench away.
Yeah, he said make sure you get him a wrench.
I don't see him on here yet. Post a comment, Steven, so I can click and add you.
Hello, Miss Willetta.
Shalom, Pensy Lola. Talk black to me. Hey, family. Blessed green chick. Blessings.
What's up? Shalom. How y'all doing?
Kamakawa. That's how you say what's up in Swahili. Y'all just learned a Swahili slang word.
It's Kamakawa? That's what's up?
Yep.
Kamakawa. That's T3's
If not,
favorite.
guess who's gonna correct us?
Man. Somebody is coming
Somebody from
shortly.
Tanzania will be in the comments like, actually.
Kamakawa means. Yeah, that's T3's favorite word. He says that to the guys across, well, everybody. The boda drivers, which is the motorcycle drivers. Shalom, Maria.
Steven, post a comment so I can add you.
Maybe he's not here yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
I got it.
So R. Hogan, Dimples said, why are people leaving Africa? You have to talk to them. I don't know why they leaving Africa.
Yeah. As normal. See?
Kamakawa.
Santi, Miss Chaga, Santi Sana Dada. Santi Sana.
Okay. It must have another meaning.
As normal. Oh, so when they speak to each other, they say Kamakawa. It's like as usual.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kamakawa.
Gotcha.
But yeah, let me Steven.
But yeah, y'all, we ain't gonna delay too long because I know we had y'all waiting.
2 days.
Yeah, a whole day. We were gonna put out like just not a random, but we were just gonna do a video on it when the stream kept messing up yesterday. But we were like, nah, because we know people are going to want to ask questions and everything, and we like interacting with you guys. So we're back. Y'all got a lot of questions. We gonna get into all that. Yana said, how do y'all feel about the jabs over there? Yeah, so
Let's just dive in then.
as the title says, get prepared for what's coming. It's kind of going to be like a sobering message for some. For others who are already like in the know, you know, it's just gonna, you know, be a chance for us to dialogue, and maybe some things we may not be even aware of because we're not there, but we just gonna talk about what's going on and what's coming very soon. And we just want to preface before we get into it is that this isn't a fear. We're not trying to invoke fear in anyone, but we do want to be open, honest, and transparent about what's going on, and just real and raw. So some people can take that and become fearful, but don't take that and become fearful, because the Most High hasn't given us, any of us, a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So take the message and empower yourself, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And don't, you know, like, just to piggyback off what she said, we're not here to incite fear or make anybody fearful. We just give people a glimpse into our life and a glimpse into our perspective on how things operate. So you all have come to hear our side, so we just, you know, might as well keep it truthful. That's the best way to be, and that's the only way to be. So, Maria, exactly.
Time to pray. Yeah, it's been time.
It's been time.
But definitely, yeah, it's time to pray. So man, let's jump into it. The first thing we talk about is what's going on here. You know, I know that's like the question of the hour. So many people have messaged us or like, you know, hit us up on the side like, what in the world's going on? Like in Tanzania, like what's really going on? So let's get into it. One of the things people were asking was, you know, like what's going on the ground, because as most of y'all know, there was a video. Was it a video or a picture?
Both.
Okay, there was a video of Mama Samia, she's the president of Tanzania since Magufuli passed away, getting the jab. And so, honestly, I don't think any of us were surprised. Were you surprised by that?
Man, I didn't.
You didn't feel no ways
like,
about it?
I'm not even tuned in. Like, you
tuned in, but not like, it's like, it is what it is. Yeah, like, if she take it, hey, that's on her.
Yeah.
But, she took the jab. And so people were like, you know, and then they were saying, the article was saying that they had like shipped in like so many doses of Johnson & Johnson jab or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like basically going to be available. I don't know if it is or probably is now at this point available for the public. And so people are wondering, like, you know, like, well, what's really going on the ground? Like, so have things changed and everything like that? So no, like, honestly, if people didn't send us the video or like the articles of like her doing that, we wouldn't even have known that that was going on, because literally nothing has changed. We've been out today, everybody's just going on like business as usual, like hustling and bustling, selling their fruits and vegetables.
Yep.
Going on with their lives. So
the entire time.
Yeah.
And even though we've heard it's coming into the country, she's not making it mandatory.
Yeah.
It's an option. Yeah. She's not forcing it on anybody. And then on top of that, there's no way, like, you can't force nothing over here, man. You can't force nothing on people over here. Things are very, like, literally kidogo. And these people,
you make your own way.
Yeah. You make your own way, and you can't. Everyone has their own mindset, and these people have some very strong mindsets. I can tell you that. The people will not be swayed into a direction just like that overnight. Like, come on now, you have to, man. You got to realize what time it is.
Yeah, they, you know, even though the president Magufuli, his death was untimely. Well, I'm not gonna say untimely, because obviously it was his time. That's why he went. But it was shocking. And I think the reason was so that his spirit lives among us, and especially here in Tanzania, like these people love him, like loved him, you know, and so they're not, you're not gonna get them off their square. Like that's one thing about Africans, when they believe in something, they're like, no, like this is it, like XYZ, you know. In some instances you can persuade them if you like, you know, present the evidence, a preponderance of evidence, and like sit them down like intellectually and be like, then they'll be like, okay, I see, you know,
think about that.
Yeah, like I'll consider it. But as far as like their traditions and their culture and their customs, like no, like they pretty much stick to what they do. And they already said, like, even if you go on Instagram and look at like the articles that were out about her getting the jab, they were in the comment section like just like, no, like we used our traditional herbs and our steaming and we prayed and Rona isn't here, you know, and they're just still sticking with that. And
exactly,
like he was saying, as far as, well, like, you know, in the market of beast, because obviously we know that these jabs are tied into that. It's like the groundwork, the foundation for the market of beast system to be implemented, which is basically an economic system. You won't be able to buy or sell. So it's not so much that they're going to be making things mandatory in the sense of, give me your arm, I'm going to shove this in your arm whether you want it or not. No, it's going to be more so of a, well, you can't come to work, or you can't go into the supermarket, or you can't do that. You can't basically function in society. You can't travel. You can't take an airplane. You can't really coerce people here because they don't do any of that anyway. Like, for one, they don't go to the supermarkets. They have local markets where they sell fruits and vegetables, or they walk around with buckets on their head, or they ride a bike and they have their fruits and vegetables in there and they sell it amongst themselves. So for the people going to the supermarket are people like the repats, or like some of the wealthier people, but the locals, they don't go to the supermarkets because it's too expensive for them. You, as far as like coercing them in other ways, like you're not going to be able to go to the movies, or you're not going to be able to travel, like that's not going to work here because they're not doing that. If they want to travel, they're going to jump on a bus. Or take a car.
Or walk. Gladly.
Yeah. So, or jump on the back of a motorcycle. They're not going to the movies like that. So this system is not, this is why there's a place of refuge, because even though the colonizers, they, you know, basically kept Africa at a certain level, it's to our advantage because the infrastructure isn't here for them to implement all these things, these different surveillance systems and technology where they can monitor you. And there's not even addresses here. Like, I could go on and on. Like, you're not going to be able to find anyone's house unless they come and like tell you a landmark and then meet you there or direct you there, like somehow. Like, hey, can you tell them how to get here? Or you ask someone in the neighborhood, like, hey, where does so and so live? Then they'll tell you. But other than that, like, you can't find nobody over here.
Man, y'all, it's like I keep stating every time I come on here, like, you have to think for yourself. That's the most important thing that we keep trying to reiterate to you. Like, I don't care what the headlines are saying. I don't care what it's looking like. Like, you have to really, like, if you have that calling, if you have that inkling, you have to know, like, I'm covered. I don't care what's going on around me.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're here right now, you're a repat that's over here, and you're over here like, man, what's going on, bro? You stepped out. You left from over there, came over here on faith, and you just gonna come over here and get fearful? Like, what's the point of that? We came over here to walk into a new light and to be different and to be bolder. Mm-hmm. So why would you pull yourself back into bondage, worried about what might happen? What 2nd Esdras says, fear not the imaginations that they speak against thee. Like, they will speak things against us. They will try to say that, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, or we're gonna make things mandatory, we're gonna force you to do this. Bro, you can't. If you have the faith and if you walk with that, man, hey, you walk with that fire, you gonna get, it's gonna happen how it's supposed to happen. But you gotta walk with a different type of faith, man. You can't come over here pity patty and being honestly soft and weak. Like, it's not the season to be soft and weak. They taking advantage of the soft and weak people right now. You want to be coddled and treated like a baby, they're gonna do it and treat you like a baby and stick you with something.
Yep. And that's why they're going to be able to do. That's why they're going to be able to implement the mark of the beast and make things mandatory in the West, because people depend on them too. They depend on them too much. They're not self-sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here is self-sustainable. Like they have, even if they don't have like a huge plot of land, they're still growing stuff in their backyard. They got banana trees, tomatoes, onions.
Or their cousin's yard.
Yeah, or somebody they have a small. The people that don't have land, they have small gardens out front, and they have chickens like walking around their yard, and maybe a goat and a cow back there too. So they're self-sustainable. So it's like you're not going to be able to tell them like, well, you need to take this or this is going to happen, because they're outside of the system. They work for themselves for the most part, and that's why we've been telling people for so many years, like, please, like, make sure you have a way to generate income on your own outside of Babylon's system. Yeah, whether it's in Africa, anywhere, like you should be able to, with your own two hands, able and your mind, right, make money for yourself, or make it. It doesn't even have to be money, because money is really just something they made up. But y'all get what I'm saying, like where you're able to purchase the things that you need, whether it be food, clothing, whatever the case may be. You shouldn't have to depend. No one should be sending you no email saying, if you don't get your jabs or if you don't get your testing every week, like you can't work. You're not going to be able to feed your family. You're not going to be able to do X, Y, Z. Like, no, you should have that power. Take your power back from them, because they shouldn't have the power to be able to tell you any of that. They send, if they're whatever, like we just looking at what's going on, because we're so far outside of the system. And a lot of the people here are so far outside of the system that none of this really like is going to affect us. And that's where I encourage all of y'all to become self-sustainable as much as you can.
Yeah.
You know, figure out what you need to do and do it fast, because things are coming quickly. We didn't even get into what's going on in the States. We'll get to that in a little while.
Yeah, but figure out what your gift is and how you could, we all have something within us that we can create with our hands, or do with our voice, or do with our hands that could take your life and help your family go to the next level. If you just have to dig in and figure out what that is, you don't need to be attached to any of these jobs or any of these companies. All of the companies started out with a person like you with an idea.
That they probably stole, more than likely.
Right, most likely it probably was stolen. So you figure out your gift and what you could bring to the world, and you just walk in that boldly, this money stuff will come to you. And your gift will make room for you.
And soon, I don't even think money, because when the system collapses, money is going to be worthless. Like, people are going to literally be using money as toilet tissue and as fire kindling. So, I remember I told Tim, like, thank you so much. Wow. Follow the drips. Thank you for being bold and standing on y'all's truth. Wow. We'll be there soon, y'all willing. Standing in the promises. Sorry, y'all. Keep scratching my ear keep falling out. But
thank you for the donation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But
all praises.
Yeah, I had told him maybe 5 years ago. I'm like, look, the system is going to collapse soon. Like,
yeah, she did.
Like, where was he working at? Was it Olive Garden?
No, it was after. Was it FedEx?
FedEx, yeah. He was driving the FedEx truck, delivering packages. And I'm like, this is good.
I just wanted to do YouTube. That was the goal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you were doing that, too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is good for now, but I'm like, you need to figure out something that you can do for when the system collapses. Like, it won't matter to you. Like, okay, FedEx is not going to be able to call you and be like, hey, you don't got no COVID, no Rona jab. You know, like, you're not going to be able to come to work. Or you're going to have to get a test, and then you're going to have to pay for the test every week and find where you're going to get it at. So they're just going to inconvenience you to the point where you want to take a jab, because your life is going to become miserable. And so that's when he started doing carpentry. And so now he can build things. You had like a little background in carpentry, but he went and actually learned the trade in school. And now he makes things. He was making the yoni boxes for our business when we were still in Nashville or whatever. So, yeah.
And that gift made so much room for us. Like, y'all, those yoni boxes were an awesome idea that came from my wife. That, of course, even getting into the carpentry, like, I was hesitant at first. I'll be honest. Like,
we fought for like a year on this. I'm like, bro,
I ain't trying to mess with no wood.
Bro.
I'm a YouTuber. I'm good. I was not trying to do carpentry, honestly. But, you know, I saw that it was an opportunity, and then I began to do it. And come to find out, I think it was my great grandfather. He actually was a carpenter as well, and he ended up having he had a business back in the day. He had a construction business back in the day, and the only reason that the business had fell apart was because I had older uncles. I think my pop said they couldn't get on the same page about which direction to take the company, so it just fell apart after grandfather died. But it was in me already, and my helpmeet was helping push me to that direction. So once we got into the position of the pandemic, man, I was making yoni boxes on our patio in Nashville.
That's how we were able to come here, actually.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people ask us, like, how were y'all able to save up, like, the yoni boxes? And, like, he made the boxes, and I made the steam blends for the herbs. And, yeah, we shipped it out. Like, we was making runs to Memphis. We was delivering stuff to people through FedEx. Like, it was crazy. So, yeah, through Etsy. Yeah. And we were able to make enough money for us to leave, you know, but by being obedient. So I know a lot of y'all have like gifts and like things y'all haven't tapped into. Tap into that, because your gift is going to make room for you. Your gift is going to be able to fund your life and to create that generational wealth for you. And
it won't even seem like work. You'll be having fun with it. Like, it's really, I used to, man, people used to say that type of stuff, and it used to be so far off, and I used to be like, man, they just running their mouth. What does that mean? But when you really step into your gift, man, you just having fun every day.
Yep.
And you know, you realize money is just a tool. It's not even that important.
Because if you take money away today, like, you just barter. Like, okay, because you just use money to buy things. So why not just barter the things that you need? Okay, I need a couch. All right, I'm going to make you a yoni box and give you some creams and some vegetables from my garden. You know, so it's like you exchange your gifts, but if you don't have any gifts, or you haven't worked your gifts or honed your gifts, it's like you need to start doing that, because you're gonna need that to survive in this new world that they're trying to put on us. Well, that we're in, not trying to. We're in it. Right. We're in the thick of it.
Right in the thick of things.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We're called to be voices, so we're being voices to let you know it's possible to still be healed. Because if you're hearing it, it must be a possibility that you can be healed and saved from what's going on. So, man, tap into your gift, please, for the sake of your legacy, for the sake of you,
of your very life,
man,
and your family,
man. Because
a lot of us are going to be the one that's going to save our family, you know. Yeah. But another thing is, just one more thing I wanted to mention about what's going on in with the jabs in Africa, is that back to the president. Y'all know the president of Ghana got the jab. So I don't even know if they're really getting it, because y'all know how that go. But whatever, so-called got the jab a few months ago, and they also sent him some doses of the Johnson & Johnson jabs, like they did here. And nothing has changed. People are still going to Ghana. People are still going to Ghana. Like, they living their best lives. Like, this, I really think, honestly, like, a lot of the presidents who are doing it, they really want the West to leave them alone. So they're just like, all right, come on, try to do this, stick this fake needle in me so we can go on, and just to get them off their back, because that, and probably money too. They probably get some money, who knows? But they know that they can't make it mandatory their country, and that goes against them. They don't believe in that anyway. So, and nothing's changed. Like, people go to Ghana all the time. They make videos and they get their land. They out there living life. Yeah. I don't know if y'all heard about all the presidents that they've been assassinating, who said no, the jabs are not coming to our country. They done got the Haitian president, Mali, Eswatini, Burundi, and then they try to get the Madagascar one, but he escaped. So, they probably there's probably a level of fear there as well. So they probably just look, I just got to take this photo out, and then I'm going on my way. So yeah, a lot, I see people we're getting discouraged. I'm not telling you what to do. You need to listen to the Most High first and foremost. But
please,
I would tell you, if the Most High told you to go, don't let what's you see going on in the media and the news and what people are saying to put fear in you, to deter you from what you were already told to do. So.
Exactly. It's, man, there's such I don't know, man. This effort to make us fearful is so strong. Like it seems like a cat clawing for dear life or something. Like, please keep paying attention, y'all, bro. If y'all don't get the message by now, y'all, we free. Like we free. It's just, man, you just have to accept it and run with it. Like these people trying to really take our freedom away from us, and people are allowing it by ingesting what they're talking about. Still, we know we've been lied to. We know they're not giving us anything good. They never have. They never will. So
look,
why?
You have a way better chance to wake it over here. Like to be honest, somebody texted me the other day, and they were like, you know, I was planning on coming to Tanzania, but now I don't know. Like, I was planning on leaving Babylon and coming to Tanzania. And I'm like, well, what don't you know? You know, I'm like, if I, having lived in both places, like, still, I would much rather be in Africa, anywhere in Africa. I don't care where it is. You can drop me off on an island by myself. I would much rather be over here than in America. Like, hands down, like, neighborhood. Your chances in Africa are 95%. Your chances in America are, I would, slim to none, you know. So, you know, it's like, yes, the B system, we know the B system is going to be, they're trying to make it worldwide. They're not going to succeed, but yes, it is going to touch pretty much everywhere. But there are places of refuge, and there are places that aren't relatively going to be untouched by what's going on. You know, to a degree it will be, but it won't be like what's going on in the West. It won't be at that level at all. And you'll be able to pretty much go about your normal life. You know, you'll be able to eat. You'll be able to clothe yourself. You don't have to worry about extreme colds and none of that. White supremacists, people with guns, like none of that craziness is going on over here. People are at peace here, minding their business, living their lives, chilling. And
then 6 months ago, I don't know, it was probably more than 6 months ago when the pandemic first started, when the late great Magufuli informed his citizens on the power of prayer and fasting, and they witnessed it and lived it, and are on the other side of that. So after you've seen the power of prayer and seen the power of fasting, like, why would they go and get what anybody else is talking about?
Listen,
why would
questions and the answers.
Y'all, you just, man, think for yourself. That's it.
Y'all, like,
please.
Y'all see what's going on, man? Should we share? Should we share the testimony?
T3 sleep.
Right, you wake T3 up.
Just sounding the trumpet. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, should we share the testimony of what happened to us, like, what, 2 weeks ago when we went to Baton Rouge? Oh no. Okay, I was reading the comment. But yeah, like, y'all see, man, listen. The judgment is in the land. Like, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the news, but like, well, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, we had went to a group of us had went out to Bagamoyo, where it's like high hills, like, I don't want to say a mountain, but kind of could be considered a mountain, I guess. But it was really like just like a really tall hill. We went up there and we prayed and we just like spoke to the land and spoke to the nations. And I'm not saying like we are responsible for anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, you have power in your words to bring judgment. Now I'm like, every time we get up, man, I seen 6,000 people got drowned in the tunnel in China. The people in India is having mudslides and landslides, and they flooding. All of the West in America, the wildfires are burning. Like, there's floods in Australia. There's mice. Like, people, like, they're literally dropping by the thousands and the hundreds of thousands. So I'm just like, man, like, the judgment is here. Like, judgment is in the land, and it's coming all around. Where all these places where they took us into captivity at, and they treat us horribly, like, they're going to pay, and they're paying right now. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you don't want to be where they are in a large number, because you're gonna I'm not saying you're going to get caught up in it, because if you're his child, you're not going to be appointed to his wrath. But man, like, it's going to get crazy over there. It's going to get hectic over there. And this is not to promote fear or to promote a flee doctrine. This is just to tell y'all what's going on, and y'all can see it for yourselves. Y'all see all the natural disasters, and even people, everyone's saying like, this is biblical. This hasn't happened in 1,000 years. Like, this is the hottest day ever in the history of the world. Like, all these things are happening, and I'm just like, man, like, do they see the writing on the wall?
Man, yeah.
Like,
I feel like we've been beaten and chastised and broken as a people for so long. We can't believe that God is really like judging those people for us on our behalf. And people don't even want to. It's bigger and deeper than the transatlantic slave trade and the slave trade from West Africa that we all been taught about. Like, there was a whole East African slave trade before that we weren't even taught about until we got over here and we start finding out the information for ourselves. So it's not just America who's benefited from what we dealt with over there. Yeah, the whole world, every nation that hasn't had an opportunity to get a group of black people over there enslaved for free labor has benefited, and you got to pay for that. Like, we all know what goes around comes around. Like,
it's time to drink from that cup.
Whatever you put into the world, you have to get it back. Even if it don't come to you, it's gonna come to your children or your children's children. Like, you can't get away with trying to annihilate the entire world and think it's just gonna be okay. You think, how are we supposed to feel as the descendants of the people who dealt with those type of things, knowing their history? How are we gonna continue to walk around and act like everything's all fine and dandy? I think people are getting so caught up with the distractions that they're forgetting what we've been through. Like, there's still a pandemic going on, but we're in the middle of still in captivity, y'all. Like, we're still trapped with a group of people who don't like us, and they're pretending to like us and pretending to include us into things and not even giving us a fair shot at anything. Never will. Never can. It's not even in their nature. Like, we may as well face the music and realize what it is. People have been trying to tear us down for centuries. They've been tearing us down for centuries and give us a few of us a piece of the pie and make us dangle it over our people to think that they could join in as well. And it's nothing to join into but a big play. Everybody's just being fake. Everybody's just being unauthentic. Like, it's a whole system of fake and phoniness. Like, it has to go. Like, it's just rotting our people to the core, get us stealing from each other, killing each other. Marriage is not lasting. Man, brothers selling brothers drugs. Like, it's just we just in a whole bunch of mess, trying to cleave to other people and wanting to be around them and stuck with them. But we free, y'all. Once again, we're free. We're free to think for ourselves and be ourselves. We just being caught up in propaganda. They've been sharing this for so long and we stuck in it. But we free, bro. I'm telling y'all. Y'all gotta unplug. Like, y'all don't even see us on here that much because we're unplugged. We just call to give messages here and there, but it's like, bro, we're free. We're free to do whatever we want to do. We don't have to be tied into these YouTube stuff. We don't have to be tied into the media. We don't have to be tied into these phones. We're free to do whatever we want. We just put ourselves into these boxes and feel like we gotta go this way. Bro, we free.
Thank you, John, for the super chat.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man. Man, like, I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, like, I'm just over here, like, look, like, where the popcorn at? Because, like, it's time. Like, and it's not that I'm gloating, but I'm happy when my enemies are destroyed. You should be too. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are enemies, you know, with a capital E. And when we see the judgments going on in the land, like, we should be rejoicing, but we should also be getting prepared, because, like birth pains, they start off, you know, like, they're manageable. You're like, okay, I can do this, you know, and then it gets closer and closer and it gets more intense, you know, until you actually birth the baby. And that's what's going on now, because You know, it's like stuff been going on here and there. Like you see an earthquake go off or a volcano go off or here and there, but now it's literally every single place around the world is all going on simultaneously. So we know like things are about to ramp up. And so we know that this is their final play. Like this whole Great Reset. I mean, I watched a video the other day. Minister Teo posted it on his community tab. I watched a video the other day that just blew me back. Like I'm like, wow, like it just basically exposed like their whole plan in its entirety and what they've been working on for years and like their end game, their end play. And it's so diabolical and evil, y'all.
Oh, before you go, let me ask you this quick question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not in a disrespectful way. Why now you decided to move to Africa? Before the pandemic existed, did you have the mindset to move? Let's say 10 years ago, very respectfully, just curious.
Can we? Okay. Go ahead.
Before the pandemic, it was of course, we wanted to move at some point. We wanted to leave the country at some point. But just like everyone else, we were brainwashed to think Africa was something that it wasn't. And the pandemic gave us an opportunity to really think for ourselves and really see the world for what it really was. And then that was the opportunity that we saw, okay, now it's time to go. Now we see Africa is not what they told us it was. Now it's something that we can go and see for ourselves. It's not as bad as they made it out to be. So appreciate that question. And thank you for the super chat donation, Nilia. We appreciate it. But sorry, go ahead.
I forgot that.
Oh.
I forgot what I was talking about. Maybe y'all can remind me. Yeah, I forgot. Let's see. Look in the chat. Yeah. Y'all remember what I was talking about?
You was finna tell a story about something you was watching on Teo.
Oh yeah, that video that I watched, it just basically like detailed like their whole end game. Cause we know that, you know, when we say the end of the world, we don't mean like the world is going to go away because the earth is going to be here. The earth was made for us. But when we say the end of the world, we mean it's a changing of the guards. Like their time is up and they know it, and so it's like they have to kick everything into full gear. You know, the Prime Minister of the UK already said that the side effects from the jabs, they know, they've done research and they know that it takes like anywhere from 1 year to 1.5 years for the extreme side effects to start showing up, and that's when people are going to realize like, hey, like this was the worst thing that we've done. Like we should not have taken these jabs because of the what's going to start happening to people. And so they were saying that they have basically until the end of the year to put their plan into place and to make these jabs and everything mandatory. And they've got the satellites up in the sky. They're going to hook everything up to the cloud. And they're going to be able to control people. Y'all just have to watch the video. It explains it more. But essentially, like when you get the jab, it's basically like you're marking yourself to be controlled by these people. You're not even going to be in control of yourself. You're not going to have free will. You're not really going to be God's creation anymore. So I'm like, man, this, you know, I know it sounds like sci-fi. Like, what? How are they able to inject something and the whatever they inject in you travels to your brain? I don't know if y'all saw the videos where people were sticking the metal. You know, I remember they were sticking the metal on their arm and it was sticking. And now they can stick it on the back of their brain because, back of their skull, because whatever was here migrated into their brain. And so that's how they're going to be able to control everybody. Yeah, because if you can put stuff in and it's magnetic, that means you have electromagnetic frequency going out. You can, with frequencies, you can send stuff out and you can receive stuff in. So just like you can send stuff out, they can put stuff in too as well. So it's just a lot for people to think about, and I really hope people start researching what they're doing before they take these jabs, you know, because it's very, very diabolical what they have planned for it. And by the time people realize what's really going on, it's going to be too late. You know, and they had it planned out that way. They've been working on this stuff for decades, centuries, probably millennia. You know, they've been working on this stuff for many years, so they already have this stuff situated. Like the scriptures say, as in the days of Noah, so shall these end days be as well. We know that in the days of Noah, they were manipulating people's DNA. And people think, oh, God, God is crazy. Why would he just destroy the earth because they were sinning? No, it was more than that they were sinning. They were no longer his creation because they had manipulated their DNA to the point where they were no longer humans. And that's what's going on now.
Thank you for the super chat donation, Lizzie. And also, thank you again, Village W.
Stepping, I'm about to call you Stepping Stones to Home, but I'm gonna call you Stepping Stones to Home. Can you post a video in here about that I was just talking about, the COVID, the graphemes, and something? It's on Minister Teo's website.
I was watching it. I saw her too.
Yeah,
but
so he posted in there for y'all. I would recommend everybody watch that video. Send it out to as many people as you can.
Bruh.
I mean, it's on another level.
Yeah.
The stuff they got planned.
These people, bro, they it's so disrespectful that they really like putting the information out there and still following through with it. It's like, bro, it's really, you would think we're conspiracy theories, but these people are boldly on stage in front of thousands talking about their plans to do this type of stuff. Like, this is stuff that they're like, these rich people sit in offices and do these type of things for real, for real. This is how they play their games, man. So the boldness of somebody to really just sit and act like our lives are something at their disposal like that. Like, nah, y'all have to see and really understand what's going on. This is just deeper than just, oh, let's just get this so we can go back to normal. No, bro, there's no such thing as back to normal. There's no such thing.
Thank you, A.M. Stone, for the super chat.
Thank you, A.M. Stone. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, you got to find a new normal. And it's not within what they got going on. Just being 100% real with you and just being, man, honest. Like, it ain't in what they got going on. You got to become self-sustainable. You got to depend on you and yours. You got to, man, get you a wife or get you a husband, and y'all better figure it out together.
Yo, y'all better work it out.
Work it out.
Shoot.
Man, work it out. Self-sustainable. Figure it out. Get it out the mud together. Because that's the only way that you gonna, man, build something these days. For real.
And, I see y'all talking about what's going on in America. Yeah, like, man, I saw where, because at first, and it's like, if people can't see how they're being lied to.
Thank you for the super chat donation, Ellen.
Thank you.
Sorry.
If people can't see how they're being lied to, and I know it's not y'all, but like, because, most of the people in the chat were of a like mind, but the people who were like pro-vax, pro-jab and all that stuff, it's like, at the beginning, the government officials and the president was saying like, we're only going to be on lockdown for a few months, just to get it under control. Oh no, it's not going to be mandatory. No. Now, I done opened up the news article yesterday. They're talking about, in America, this is what we're talking about. They're talking about making it mandatory for federal workers to get the jabs. And, they're not going to just do it all at once. They're going to do it incrementally. These people have patience. Yeah, now, that's one thing I can say about them. They have patience. They know how to introduce stuff to people and normalize it before they take it to the next level. So what they're doing now is they're saying like, oh, if you have a federal job, you have to take the jab, or if not, you have to submit to mandatory testing once a week. But with the mandatory testing once a week, you have to pay for the test, and then you have to go find the center to get the test at. And so it's like every week you have to go and get tested. Soon, but then I saw a day after that, they're like, oh no, that's not enough. Now Biden is saying he's planning on making it mandatory for everybody. He's considering it. It's not. But I'm just like, that's just a word salad, like when they tell you these things, that means that it's coming down the road.
A little bit later.
Just a little bit, just wait a little bit longer, and these things are going to be mandatory. In the UK, because we have a lot of people over here are from the UK, and they were telling us that they so glad they got out of there because was it August 6th? In some of the European countries, and in September, they fully are telling them people like it's gonna be mandatory, and they have to have a vaccine. I keep saying that word, a jab passport, in order for them to be able to leave the country. And so, you know, when people were talking about, oh, they're not gonna let you travel, people were calling people conspiracy theories. Oh, they're not gonna be able to do that. Y'all tripping. Like, they ain't gonna be able to tell me what. Yes, they are. Because guess what? You're not getting on that plane if you don't have your jab, your proof of being jabbed. You know, so
Man, this is
I'm
crazy.
just like, it's here. Like, it's already happening. Like, you know, it may not be in America yet, but it will be there pretty soon. You know, and I'm just like, what are people planning on doing? Because even if you aren't planning on moving or relocating outside of the country, are you guys prepared? Like, do you have enough food? Do you have enough water? Do you have enough clothes? Like, do you have enough charcoal? Do you have firewood? Do you have somewhere where you can grow fruits and vegetables? Do you have somewhere where you can collect rainwater? Do you have a gun to protect yourself? Do you have a machete to cut wood? You know, like, these are all the things that I'm thinking about, and I'm just like, I don't think a lot of our people are prepared. I know some people are. Some of our people are, but most of our people aren't prepared. Like, they live off food stamps. Nothing wrong with that. I used to be on food stamps, you know, growing up. And you know, like, they're not thinking like that. They're not thinking about the future and being able to sustain themselves. They're just thinking about, you know, I got enough food for now, you know, I'm good, my kids are good, you know, whatever. They're not really thinking about what am I gonna do, you know, when they start making these things mandatory. Um, how am I gonna feed my family when they tell me that I can't go in the supermarket unless I have the jab? You know, I can't come to work unless I have the jab. I can't travel. Now I'm stuck in America. How am I gonna get out of here because I don't have a jab? You know, and these are the source of hard conversations that people need to start having with each other, with their family members, and really, like, you know, it can be scary. Like we said, this is not for fear, but these are the conversations that people need to start having with their family members, those who are planning on staying over there. You know, how am I going to get myself outside of the system to where it doesn't matter what they're doing because I'm over here and I'm self-sustainable. You know, and even with that, that's still risky too because then you're gonna have the people who didn't prepare and they're gonna be looking at you like, oh, we got chickens and goats and fruits and vegetables over there and I'm over here starving. Let me go over there and see if you give me something. Oh, you're not gonna give me something. Now I'm gonna take it by force. So these are all the things, you know, that people need to start thinking about and really like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, that's true. And we got another super chat donation from Todd. Thank you, appreciate it, man. We moved to TZ in May 2021. Things are not organized enough here to force mandatory. People need to get out of Babylon while they can before it's too late to leave. Your message is powerful, inspirational. All praises to the Most High. All praises. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, somebody just mentioned the jab is the new white supremacy. Bam. I've been in the video that they just cited in the comments. It talks about how, man, they try and make you like, just like they did the programming with the with 9/11 and everything with the terrorists. Now the anti-vaxxers are gonna be labeled like terrorists in their eyes. They're gonna view people as terrorists that's not anti-vaxxers. So it's gonna be that type of vibe.
They're already doing it. They're already calling them dumb. Oh, you guys are stupid. Don't listen to those conspiracy theorists, those tinfoil hat wearers. They don't know what they're talking about. And so it's like they're literally going to gang people up against each other. Like the vaxxers are going to, now you guys are responsible for while we're on, on lockdown. You guys are responsible for why all this stuff is happening to us. No. But see, it's the old divide and conquer tactic, like problem, reaction, solution. They're playing both sides of the situation, so that they can control the outcome in the narrative that's going on. So yeah, they're pitting them against each other so they can start fighting each other in the streets so they can take the focus off what they're doing and what their system that they're trying to indoctrinate everyone into, this new world system where, oh, you have to be a global citizen. And that's another thing I want to read. Y'all know we gotta bring the scriptures into this. So I want to read Daniel 7, some of Daniel 7 and some of Daniel 8, because these are end time prophecies, and um, from the prophet Daniel, and they talk about what's going on and how the beast system, how it's going to be operating in the last days. Because like everything that's going on in the script, our book speaks about it, and so we really need to look no further than the scriptures to see what's going on.
Man,
But it's of course it's good to still look at the news and everything.
you said Daniel 7 and 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Daniel 7. Wait, hold on, is it? Yeah, Daniel 7. Um,
Everybody got your Bibles? No, I'm just playing. I know y'all probably.
all right. So this is the vision that the Most High gave to Daniel. In Daniel 7, he says, Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it four wings of a fowl. The beast also had four heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw the night visions, and beheld a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and beheld, there came up another among them, another little horn, before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. And I'm going to skip down to verse 17, and it says, These great beasts which are four kings, which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but the what I was going with that scripture is these four beasts represent the four kingdoms of the earth, and it says the fourth beast was the worst. It devoured the whole earth. It broke in pieces. It just killed up everything. And we know that the ancient Roman Empire, which is basically what we're in now, revived. It's been the worst kingdom of the whole world. It's literally taking the whole world into captivity, and it's trying to do this whole new world order. And but it says in the end, it says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So it's like, even though we see these things going on, like, yes, this kingdom came about, and yes, this kingdom like destroyed the whole earth, but in the end it says we take the kingdom. So it's like there's hope, and like it's not all doom and gloom, but it's just about being obedient, because you're not going to take the kingdom if you're not listening to the voice of the Most High. If you're not following the Holy Spirit, you're not taking anything. You're going to be taken.
That's true.
And so I know for me and Tim, that's our focus, is building the kingdom, ushering in the kingdom of the Most High, because we already know that it's ours, it's here, it's for the taking.
Man.
So
if you're not with it, get from around us. It's all love, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. But we have a different type of mandate. We have a different type of calling. We have a different type of way that we're moving. We have things that we have to get done. We have real work to do. So there's no time for being pity-patty and being all cute and, no. No, they don't get you nowhere but doomed. Yeah. We building self-sustainability. What are we doing to build? How are we building? I don't have, like, people, I've been invited out to the Repat group party things, and I have nothing against, what Repats do and how they link up. But that's not me. Like, I literally came over here to work. That's all. You haven't seen me at a repat thing. You can ask around all the repat gatherings that been had at the different places. I tell the people who invite me, I let them know like, it's all love, like, but I don't do those environments because I came here to work. That's just my mindset. I came to grind, and if I run into you by the grace of the Most High, we're gonna see what we supposed to do together. But other than that, like it's work time. The hour is now. It's here. And to be alive right now, to be in this position and to be in these positions of freedom and understanding, if you don't take advantage of what you know and the voice that you're hearing, you are that's not a wise move. That's not a wise move. You're not getting this calling and getting this inkling because you're just some random individual. You're hearing this voice for a reason. So if you don't move on it and act on it, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. It's time to work and it's time to get something done. We can't keep depending on systems and people to provide for us when we have every able limb within us to do something for ourselves.
Yep. And the last scripture I wanted to read was some of Daniel 8, because this kind of describes like how the Antichrist and how the New World Order, whatever Great Reset system is, how they're going to be able to do this, to do what they're doing. So Daniel 8, verse 22 through 25. And it says, this is continuing on with the vision. It says, now that being broken, whereas four stood up for it, four kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. So even though like he's destroying the end, how is he able to bring everyone into this one world government through peace? But he's destroying people through the peace. That doesn't make sense. But if you look at what's going on, it makes perfect sense. What's their whole playbook? Their whole agenda is that they're saying now. They're like, oh, you have to be a global citizen. You have to do what's right. You know, you have to take care. Yeah, you have to take care of the environment and love your brother and your sister, and take the jab and wear your mask so you're not spreading germs around it and being a bad citizen. You know, this is through peace. Like everyone comes together. We're one. We're better together. We're one global unit. You know. And so they're promoting this idea of global peace, of world peace, through the idea of getting the mark, the jab. And by doing that, that's how he's able to destroy the whole world. So it's not going to be like this whole terrorism, like they're going to be like making things so obvious. No, he's destroying the world through peace. And that's why so many people can't see what's going on, because of the way that they're doing it. The devil doesn't come at you outright, because he's going to, if you see a big, great beast, you're going to be like, oh, I'm getting out of here. But if he comes like an angel of light, like, oh, you know, that's how he was able to deceive Eve. Well, did the Most High really tell you that? It's just a fruit. Like, you're just going to be wise. That's it. Like, he manipulates it to where it doesn't look bad, but in the end, it's death and destruction. So, man, it's crazy. And it's like, if you don't have eyes to see, and you don't have ears to hear, and you don't have your discernment, like, you're gonna fall for it because it looks good. Like, oh, it's just a jab, you know, it's just to protect myself and others. It's just a mask, you know.
It's just a trap.
Yeah.
But somebody asked, somebody mentioned, I saw a comment, you can't read a book that they wrote, and you know, just a quick history lesson and a quick teaching moment right now. They didn't write the book. Just like everything else that's in this society, it was stolen. It was stolen from our people. It was stolen from us. We wrote the Bible. We were the original authors. We actually told stories, and they wrote our stories down, and now they're passing them out. They passed them out. They passed out their own version of it. You should download the Cipher and check that out. But they made their own version of the Bible and made their own society to keep people docile. Like, that's what they did with their Bible.
But do they know that so-called Christianity started off in Ethiopia? Like Ethiopia has the oldest books of the Bible. They have books that aren't even in the Bible that we have now. They had all this stuff before the Europeans came. Like Christianity came to Europe way after Ethiopia, Africa had already had the scrolls because we wrote the scrolls. Like before we wrote the scrolls, it was just oral tradition. It wasn't written down, but we have the written scrolls way before any of the things that they had. So, you know, some people say like, oh, the Bible's a white man's book. You know, if that's what you believe, that's on you. You know, but that's not factual. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Pole. Oh, and I'm sorry. For my English speakers, pole means sorry in Swahili. It means sorry. Ouch.
Yeah. So, man, I just want to know, like, for those of y'all who are, and then like, we gotta do a video. Keep saying that, but man, there's a community over here for you guys. Like, if y'all, you know, I know I've seen some people post in the chat like they want a self-sustainable community. They got a self-sustainable community, you know. So if that's something you're looking for, you'll definitely find that here. I know we got it in Tanzania with us, and I think there's in Ghana. They have the East African Superstar. I can't remember. I don't want to butcher it, but there's another community that they are building together in Ghana where they're, you know, like the diaspora is coming together to build the community. And we have like an Israelite community that we're building here, self-sustainable community that we're building here. We haven't talked about it yet, really. But I do feel like we need to throw that out there, especially now with all that's going on. So if that's something you guys are looking for, just throwing that out there. We'll talk about it more in depth probably in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, my question to you guys is, those of you who are planning on staying there, what are you guys doing to get prepared?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Somebody said, Lizzie said, bracing for an expected storm tonight here in Wales, UK. So what's going on over there? Because I've seen that the UK is like flooding, not all of it, but certain areas were like underwater. Okay, they're responding. Someone said, my husband has a bunch of guns in the basement full of food. Okay. Heart of gold, I'm learning how to grow food. Preparing to leave though. Okay.
Okay. Boiling water and buying water and canned goods.
Bug out bag ready. We have a huge garden. Brawley Turner said it's best if the diaspora invest in a second home outside of USA. In case of changes for the worse or falls, probably Africa is the future. Africa has everything.
Man, literally.
Definitely.
Literally.
Yeah. Definitely. Someone said, I see Hebrew. Sarah's virtue said, I see Hebrews buying land in Babylon. I'm like, hello, you are in Babylon. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, like, why y'all buying land in Babylon? Like, Babylon's going down. And it's like, if you're going to buy land, buy it here. It's cheaper, too, you know?
Man, it's crazy that people still can't see it.
Yeah.
But everybody's not supposed to. That's the thing. We got to keep reminding ourselves.
Yeah. Beautifully created by Yah said we have a garden and have been prepping since last year. Okay, cool. The topic cosmic coil is get prepared for what's coming. Prit T said I just left my job last week. I know what's coming.
You left. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's bold.
Yeah. As Shonda at large said, quite literally trusting in Yah to sustain us, hoping to be out of here next year. All right, all praises.
All praises.
You kind of in a better situation a little bit than the people in America, because at least in the islands they still kind of have that self-sustainable culture to some extent. But in America, they just completely wiped it away from most people. Yeah. Besides those who are in the truth or.
That has to be a remnant somewhere in America, though.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a remnant everywhere. Somewhere. But you know, it's just like
Finding.
hunkering down and
Yeah.
getting through that. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be the tough part about it. And you know,
Yeah. Yeah. You're just gonna have to, man, endure. He who endureth shall receive the crown of everlasting life.
hmm
So endure, y'all.
Extra pounds to lose said, what is your opinion on getting the test done? Um, I would say don't let that be a stumbling block. You know, like if at this point now you need a test to fly anywhere, so don't let that be a reason why you don't leave, because the test, they're not doing the first test they did where it goes all the way back. And I know in Africa, like in Rwanda, we were able to do the oral test.
Yeah.
So that was fine. I know in Babylon they have home tests that you can take. I believe it's called 24 Lab. Maybe Steven, do you remember the name of that test? I think it was called 24 or something. But it's a test that you can take at home, and it's an oral test, and you send the results off and you get it back. So there's that option. But even if you have to take like the nose test that just goes right here, what we did was I had made some vapor rub. I mixed some coconut oil, eucalyptus, peppermint, and might have been something else. But I put it like I took my finger and I put it like as far back in our noses, all three of us, our noses as possible, like right before we took the test, because the test doesn't go all the way back there. But I'm like, I just want something there that's going to kill anything that may be on that Q-tip, whatever nonsense they may have had on it. And I prayed, of course, before we took it, and so we were fine. And right afterwards, I took some more of that concoction I made and put more up there. And we did it for like a week, and we put it in our chest and everything. So we detoxed like before and after taking the test, so we were fine.
Yeah.
But I would say like don't let it be a stumbling block, because it's not the test that's going to really harm you. It's that jab and being over there that's going to be that's going to be the ultimate test. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So let's see.
Somebody said. Someone said, I have been vaccinated.
Oh, that's
and wow, this is
Crystal.
terrifying.
Hey, Crystal. She's from Fizz.
Hey, Crystal. Mumbo VP.
She said, I have been vaccinated. Wow, this is terrifying to hear. I'm glad I stuck around to hear and will definitely be reading and trying to understand. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome,
You're
sis.
welcome.
You can do a detox. Try to do some sort of detox. They have some stuff online. And some people posting in here some stuff to do earlier. Young, Gifted, and Black said, can we purchase your concoction for post-testing if we like? Yeah, so it's gonna be at the store that we have here. The vapor rub, so yeah, definitely you'd be able to get that here. But if you're in America, you can make it yourself. Just get you some peppermint essential oil and some eucalyptus essential oil. You can throw some other stuff in there. Tea tree oil is good. Turpentine is good. Just not too much of that, but you just mix it up with some coconut oil.
Why not?
And
too much turpentine.
then put that bad boy up there, you'll be good to go.
And thank you for the super chat donation. TNT with Mike and Jazz. We plan on getting a consultation from y'all in September before we leave. All right. Okay. We look forward to hearing from you, helping you out. We got you.
Prit T said, how long do you think people have? Honestly, from the videos I've been watching, the end of the year, and that's being generous, I would say the end of this year, because I don't know if you were here earlier in the message, but I mentioned that they already talking about how they've done some testing on the jabs, and they know that it takes from 1 year to a year and a half for the really bad side effects to start showing, to where it's going to be obvious that people are like changing and having these side effects. So they were saying that the jabs basically needed to be mandatory by the end of this year, so that when people start realizing like, oh man, like they tricked us and they lied to us, people are already going to be on lockdown, so the military is going to be, on standby, and people are already going to be people. A lot more people will already have taken it by then as well, because if they're going to be making it mandatory, or you can't go to work or school or supermarkets and stuff, a lot more people will start to take it. So they're trying to basically have most of the majority of the population vaccinated by the end of this year, from what they said out of their own mouth.
That's their agenda. So.
That's their plan. Will it go according to plan? Who knows? The Most High is in control, but that's their plan. And right now, they, like I said, they're getting tore up. Man. They're getting tore up with all these events, these natural disasters. So who knows? Bill Gates might get caught up in a flood or something. One can only hope.
Beautifully created by Yah. More blessings from Yah. Allow him to use you. Santi Sana for the super chat donation.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Sarah's Virtue said, I sell essential oils 100% therapeutic grade. Okay, sis.
Yeah. The ex-VP of Pfizer even said he believes a lot of the people that got the jab will be dead in 2 to 3 years. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dang, that's crazy, bro. Everybody had a choice.
Harmony Clock said, you trying to blow people's nostrils with your mixtures. Nah, we've been using it for years. It don't blow your nostrils. It's just like the regular vapor rub. If you look at the Vicks vapor rub, they have some of the same ingredients in there. They have turpentine, pine oil, eucalyptus, and mint. You don't put a whole bunch in there. You have to do it in a certain ratio. Let me preface it by that. Man. Don't go crazy with the oils, the essential oils. But by it being in the carrier oil, the coconut oil, it dilutes it, exactly. So
I learned that word from her.
It's not gonna blow your nostrils back in a bad way. Let's see. Go Black to Africa says, stay strong, family. Hey, Go Black.
Go Black, what's up, man?
When you coming back to TZ? We miss you over here.
How you been, brother? How you been?
Yeah.
Hey, beautiful people, where's T3? Where's my T3? Sorry, he's sleeping right now.
He's in La La Land.
He's in La La Land.
Let's see. Heart of Gold said, I had a dream that jabs are going to kill a lot of people. That's sad.
Poorly.
Erica Padmore said, then I need to leave here before the end of the year. My spirit has told me to come to Tanzania. I had a dream that I was at the Exodus house. Okay, sis.
Wow.
Look, if the spirit told you to come, then come. I saw the video of the Exodus house. It looks very nice in there. So yeah, if you come there, go there. That's a good place to start off with.
It says Africans are awoke now. In the Congo, the COVID centers are empty. In India, vaccine people are getting chased and attacked, aiming 128 deaths connected in the vaccine. Connected to the vaccine. Exactly, man. These people, man, our people not ignorant. Yeah. Our people not dumb.
They're not
bro, these people not going.
They're not taking that stuff over here. They have no reason to. They're healthy. Like, they're not, man.
Man, these folks got fruit everywhere, bro. You ain't got no choice but to be healthy. Like, bro, these people are very wise. I can give them that. Yeah. And they strong will.
Tanzania is in the chat. Tell them, y'all, because they be in the chat too. Tell them how people feel about the jabs over here, so they can hear for themselves and not think, because some people be like, they're YouTubers. They need to get consultations. That's why they're telling people to still come here. No, I wouldn't do that. It's not about money.
No, it ain't about money.
No, it's not about money at all. We were telling people to come here before we even started doing consultations. So. It has nothing, and the channel never even started off as a repat channel. It just kind of morphed into that. It started off as Tim and T3 channel, like fatherhood, and it kind of morphed into this. So people who are saying, they're not necessarily talking about us, but they're just lumping YouTubers in it together. Like, don't listen to everything they say about Africa because they have to say that so they can get views. Like, no, nobody has to say anything for views. These people don't have to make YouTube channels showing people Africa and showing people what's really going on. They can go on about their happy lives. They don't have to enjoy Africa and be at peace. We're doing it for you guys. For y'all to see what's really going on. Because when we got over here, we were like, what? Like, this is Africa. Like, this is not what they showed us on TV. So we felt the need to share it with everyone.
Man.
You know, so that was our vision, and that's most people's visions when they make repat channels.
Yeah, exactly.
So stop listening to those people who be saying stuff like that. I don't even know what they talking about. Half the people ain't even never been to Africa. They just talking from their couch while it's with their drawers on somewhere. Ain't even took a shower somewhere in the basement.
Exactly. Somewhere gossiping.
Somewhere with nothing better to do.
Yeah. Now, what was I about to say? Dang. Yeah, this man, we were just talking about this the other day. Like, this wasn't the vision. This wasn't the idea that I had for the YouTube channel to come on here, talking about Africa and talking about things out in the motherland. I just started with my son, just trying to show people into our life, and now we're doing this. Like, earlier in the video when I mentioned how your gift will make room for you, like, that's the perfect example. Like, I didn't plan on doing it. I didn't plan on doing it for this reason, and now I'm doing it for this reason. And now I'm talking about things that I used to just talk about to my wife, and now I'm being forced to use my gift to let y'all know the truth about what's going on. Y'all thought it was just gonna be about T3 maybe. Oh, this is about a cute kid.
He in it too.
Yeah, he in it, but man, this is deep. This is like
Yeah.
about our souls and about our lives, getting them in order. It's a lot deeper than seeing cute stuff. And in order for the cuteness to get cultivated, you have to heal. Like, we cultivated T3 in a healed environment. Like, he's being built in a healed environment. Like, people see the love and see what he's exemplifying, and forget that we have sacrificed a lot to get him to shine like that. Of course, the Most High did his part, but he's around us and learning from us.
And the Africans.
And the Africans, yeah.
They're so nice. They're like it's crazy. They're like so nice and welcoming. Like, they will watch your children. Like, you can get on a bus and put your child in someone's lap and like get the money out your purse, and they won't even think twice of it. They'll be over there playing with the baby, like giving the baby, pull out some candy from whatever, a piece of fruit, and give it to the baby. And so, man, there was no way we were gonna be able to raise T3 in America, because you can't even let your kids be free over there. You can't even let your child play on the yard, because there's a sick individual, looking over there, seeing if they can come, rape your child or snatch them up or do something nefarious, So I wouldn't even have felt comfortable raising him, and then with another baby on the way, like, I would have just been anxious and like stressed out all the time, wondering. You can't even take the child to the daycare, because half the daycare people are sick, beating the children, don't really like children, but just working there to get a paycheck. It's just not a good place to raise children. Like, I can honestly say, like, I'm so thankful that he's being raised here, and that our nanny Nima, she's literally a godsend. Like, she does so good with him. Like, she even is like sad when we like, if I like pop T3's hand or something, because he's at this stage now where he stopped now, but he was like hitting, like, because he couldn't express himself, his anger or his dissatisfaction with something, so he would hit. And so, like, I had to pop his hand, and he stopped, and she was like almost in tears, like, like, oh my gosh, like, she almost fell out. But I'm like, she's just that loving and kind that, like, that really hurt her, I guess. But you gotta discipline your children. But yeah, man, it's just like such a great environment to raise your children in. It's very family oriented here. So
yeah. Happy birthday, Go Black to Africa. If today's your birthday, I see people telling you happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. What, you turning like 26 today? 26, 27, man? Welcome. Happy birthday, bro.
Let's see. Somebody was asking a question. Tropical said Africa has no problem with Rona at all. The entire continent, 52 countries, have just 1 million cases, right? And who's to say those cases are even Africans? Because there's them folks is over here too. So, and I was looking at a graph the other day, and it said that Africa had 1%. 1% of Rona cases in the whole world, and the other countries had like 40%, 50%. And
The
I'm
whole
like,
continent had 1%.
man, if you don't look at this and take this as a sign, like,
Bro.
the judgment is not here. Like, with all the stuff going on around the world, I haven't really seen floods here. Well, not, I'm gonna just speak for Tanzania. Ain't been no floods, no fire, no rats running around. Like, none of that stuff is going on over here. Like, people, like, are just out in the sun, you know?
Man.
So, man, I don't know. Let's see. Let me go back up.
If you're waiting for me to fall away.
Sean Van Wick, he must be from New York. Said, "You so right. From 2017, my spirit was telling me to get out of Babylon no later than 2021. Wow."
Man.
Yeah, and then Faith Eyes Pictures in Motion said they are going door to door with that shot in the U.S. Yeah, I heard they were saying that Biden was saying that they're gonna start going door to door. They're getting so desperate now with that. I even saw where a judge, a guy had like a gun charge and some drug charges, and he was either gonna have to get 5 years probation or take the jab and get 1 year probation. And the judge was like, you know, I guess people were like saying like that was unethical of him to do that. And he was like, well, I'm just trying to do my part in getting the black community vaccinated. And I'm just like, man.
Y'all folks ain't never cared about us, bro.
These devils, like they getting so desperate because they know a lot of black people aren't going for that, you know, and so they're just doing everything because, like we said, it's the end of their time. And there was a video they did. It was a movie, and they were like the big wigs, like the 1%ers, the people that rule the world. They were like, we're going to end the world, but we're going to end the world on our terms. And so that's what they're going to do. They're so prideful. They know that their end is here. And instead of them repenting, giving us our reparations and giving us our land and letting us go, they were literally rather, like, you know, those people who, because they're going down, they're going to drag you down with them. They're like, or like an abusive partner. They're like, well, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. They're trying to kill you. That's how they are. Like, they're sick like that because they know that their world is ending. They know they're going down. They're going to try to drag the whole world down with them. They're, you know, as much as they can. And so that's their play, you know. They know they only have a short amount of time because of all the judgments. The judgments that's going on in the world are assigned to them. They're like, okay, because they know our book better than we do because they took it and they took stuff out and they, you know, manipulated words and whatever they did. So they understand what's going on. They understand the signs. Even the moons, like all these blood moons that's been going on and stuff. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to that. But they see the signs and they know what time it is, and they know that the 400-year captivity is up, and so they're like, all right, why? It's no coincidence that right after the 400-year captivity was up, then all these things started going on. The whole world shut down. All these judgments are going on. Like, that's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences.
And then just a quick reference to what you said. The last President Trump, actually signed, what was it, HR 40?
Yeah, 400 years.
Yeah, 400 years, like letting us know, basically, that we're free.
Letting the world know. That was their call, because they talk to each other in code. So that was him letting the world know, like, hey, y'all, like, it's time to put that plan in action that we've been working on for these, you know, all these years.
They free.
Yeah, they get free. They waking up. They watch us on YouTube, y'all. You don't think they watch us? They watch us. Man. They watch us so hard. They know what's going on. They know what time it is.
Yeah. And it's okay, because that's why we're here. We're here to be the light to the world and let the people know that truth is here to reign. And that's the only way that it's got to be. And it's going to be. And faith and fear cannot occupy the same vessel. So get these hints, Satan.
Yeah.
That's how we move.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, because people were like, where should we go on the continent? Right now, I would say the places where we are. You know, there's safety in numbers. Ghana, Tanzania, Rwanda. Where else? That's where I see most of the diaspora going. Those 3 countries.
Yeah.
You got the nomads. They back in Rwanda. Shout out to them. I'm not sure if they have a community that they're building over there, but I know in Tanzania and Ghana they do. Well, we do, and they do. So Yeah, go where the numbers are. You know, there's safety numbers. There's people there that can help you, that can give you contacts of where you need to go,
Yeah.
how you need to move. You know, how to
Yeah.
operate, get tips on the culture, and
Hmm.
you know, we gonna be fine. We gonna be fine, y'all. This is not, like I said, this is not to scare anyone or to invoke fear. This is just a war briefing, like as Sister Vicky Diller says. Today's war briefing, you know, because we are at war, and you know, we have to keep that on our frontal lobe. But this is just you know, a briefing of like where y'all at with it. You know, like are we leaving? Are we staying? What are we doing here? So we can, you know, even those who are staying over there, maybe y'all want to start forming y'all own communities where y'all are at in your neighborhoods if you're unable to leave. You know,
Hmm.
things to just start thinking about.
Yeah. Gotta get ready, y'all. Please get ready.
Yep.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
So,
So you ain't gotta get ready.
we're gonna answer a few more questions and then we're gonna wrap this up because you know, I feel like we said what we needed to say. You know, the message is to get prepared, to stay on alert, keep your head on a swivel, and to just be watchful because we're in them last seconds. We're in the last couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Heart
And,
of go. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you, man, just to reiterate again, if you come over here, you know, if you make that journey over the ocean, come over here to heal or healed, or with the process of healing, and with the process of understanding that, man, we are here to help each other heal. And it may be some uncomfortable conversations that we have to have as brethren to help each other heal, but we gotta have those talks in order for us to come to the fullness of who we are supposed to be. Like it's one thing to just get over here, but you can't be over here with the same mindset that we've been tainted with back in the Western society. Like that's not how we should be operating as a people. A lot of that mess that we've been entangled with has gotten us messed up in the head, and we come over here with a lot of that baggage and putting that onto each other, and man, really spraying venom at each other when we really can just figure it out. But some people not really trying to heal and have those hard conversations. So it's really like beating a dead horse. So I'm telling y'all, and this land will literally spit you out if you're not coming over here to act properly and heal and be a benefit to the land rather than, man, operating with those harmful tendencies, because it's not going to do anything but hinder everything that's going on. And we not over here to play around like that. And I don't think the time is not even allowing for mess to prosper. Y'all seeing people fall off. Y'all seeing the negativity, the people that are negative, how their lives are being operated or how their fruit are being shown. Like if you operate a certain way, it shows in the long run. If you're not operating from truth and honesty and with love and understanding, like it's gonna backfire. It always backfires. So come over here healed and understanding, like bro, it's work to be done, and it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be sometimes where you don't understand what's going on, where you don't understand the language, you don't understand what the government is doing. But man, one of my brothers said something that really been sticking with me ever since he said it. He was like, what did he say? Why do you have to fight somewhere that you were called to? So if you feel like you were called here, if you feel like you got called here, if you feel like you're getting called to the motherland, man, you're not gonna have to fight for anything. Just walk in faith, truth, and power, and it'll all connect, and it'll all come together how it's supposed to. It'll all come together.
Pretty said, yes, I'm thinking about Ghana. They are selling a lot of land between Accra and Cape Coast. Yeah. You know, I hear people go to Ghana, they say they like it. Some people like it, some people, you know, they prefer a different side of Africa, you know. Go where you feel, where the Most High is telling you to go. I know people were saying they had free land there. And somebody reached out to us and was like, it's not free. In a sense that you have to pay like processing fees, and then if the land is virgin land, you'll have to pay to get it zoned and surveyed, but it's still much cheaper. And you know, a good option, you know, than what you would be getting in the States for sure. So definitely something to look into. Let me see what else. Uh, what? Okay, I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna read that.
Let me see.
Uh,
Badai.
yeah.
Badai means later in Swahili,
Yeah.
y'all.
D Africa said the Great Awakening is happening worldwide. Yep, it is.
Worldwide. And do your part in it. We all have a part to play. We all have a piece to play in the puzzle. We all have a message to share to someone. So, man, play your part. Don't just watch it. Do something. We all need each other.
Blessed Green Shake said we were thinking of moving back to Jamaica, where I'm from, but Africa has been hitting our spirit strong.
Man, sis,
Well,
Jamaica
sis,
is a... Go ahead.
you ain't from Jamaica. You from the motherland.
And
But I get what you're saying, though.
Tanzania is a big Jamaica.
Yeah.
Well, Dar es Salaam. I can't say the entire Tanzania.
Yeah, that's what we said when we first got here. We were like, Dar es Salaam, to us, it's like Jamaica on steroids.
Man.
Like, I loved Jamaica when we went. We actually got married in Montego Bay. But, man, Jamaica is beautiful. So, if you love Jamaica, you'll love Dar es Salaam.
Yeah.
Someone said, do you recommend a single move to Africa? Heart of Gold said that. Yeah. Man, it's a lot of single people out here.
Man, it's a lot.
A lot of single people out here living their best life. Some of them that got married. Some of them are, just chilling. Yeah. Definitely.
I think the only people who shouldn't come are the ones with the wrong mindset.
Yeah.
That's the only people that shouldn't come. If you got the right mindset, you got the right heart, and you got the right principles that you follow in your life, come over here, man, and make something happen.
Yeah.
Just make something happen.
Somebody asked earlier, does Tanzania have restrictions on people coming in? No. There aren't any restrictions. Or the only thing you have to do is present the Rona test upon arrival. But other than that, no, there's no restrictions. Stepping Stones to Home said, make sure the Most High told you to come, because if he didn't call you, don't do it. I definitely agree with that. Definitely.
Man.
Jamaican in Zambia said, get your Caribbean passport if you're from the Caribbean, so no visas are needed. Yes, it's definitely easier to maneuver around here if you have Jamaican or a Caribbean passport. Yeah, so definitely, I agree with that. Let's see.
If you waiting for me to fall
Radiant
away,
One said, you can.
Not
Okay. Erica Patmore said, how is healthcare there? I was diagnosed with breast cancer and will be concerned about treatments there.
Poorly.
If you're doing natural care, it's good. If you're doing healthcare, it's good. I don't know specifically about like their cancer treatments, but I know they have a bunch of international hospitals. I'm sure they, will handle that type of stuff. Then you have their traditional healers here as well. So yeah.
Sorry about your breast cancer, but I heard you can beat it. I've seen a few people beat it, so
Yeah.
I know you'll beat it too.
Prince D 1100 said, now that the president has taken the jab. Oh, you have to go back to the beginning of our video because we talked about that extensively. Tasha, you have to take the Rona test at the airport upon arrival to TZS. You have to take another test when you get here. I think that's most of most countries are requiring a test when you get there. Ashanda said, do you recommend homeschool or local schools? I recommend the local schools because it'll be a good way for your child to integrate into the African society and to learn Swahili and the African customs. And they're pretty inexpensive. Like, you can put your child in school for like $400 for the year, $500 for the year for, one of the local private schools. Also, most of the Tanzanians don't homeschool their children. But you can, like a lot of, not I won't say a lot, but some of the diaspora, they have come here and they homeschool their children or they hire a tutor to come to their home and teach their children. So it's really up to you. But I think the schools, enrolling them in schools are a good idea. And then that also gives you a break and gives you a chance to do what you need to do. And, whether you running a business or just get your household in order, cook, sleep, whatever you need to do. So definitely recommend the schools, the local schools. Beautifully created by Yah said, do they swab your nose or try to reach your brain with the Rona test? No.
Yeah, we heard swab your nose.
No,
I mean, not your brain, yeah.
They literally just go like right here, where the bridge of your nose is. They don't go way back. Somebody said, wow, Teo is live, about to look at it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we gonna all have to go on over to Teo's channel in a minute. Someone said use frankincense for cancer. Okay.
Frankincense for cancer. Wow.
Someone said, Eldana said, I've seen a family member beat cancer when he went to Africa. I think the sun and no stress really helps. Clean diet, maybe special herbs.
Man.
But if you look at all the stuff that they told us not to do, is the stuff that heals us. Like they were telling people to not take certain supplements that elevates the levels of vitamin D in your blood. And they were telling people not to stay away from fish and all this stuff that's like really healthy for you. So I would just do the exact opposite.
Man.
What they say, to be honest.
No, for real.
But yeah, y'all. Do they do credit checks to rent buy homes? No.
What's a credit check?
If you have cash, you good to go. They don't have no credit system, credit cards, none of that. That's what I'm saying. Like the infrastructure is not even here, like to do the mark of the beast. Because how they gonna shut you down digitally when you got cash and you don't have no credit? So.
Credit check. What's?
Or when you can just barter,
Right. You work out a deal with people here.
Sean Van Wick said, when the King of Kings, Lord of Lords return, all mountains will crumble and all islands will be washed away. Head to the rock, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenya, and Somalia. Yeah,
Hallelujah.
Head somewhere where the mountains are. That's why I like being over here in East Africa. Like, even like, Rwanda, it's mountains everywhere. It's in a mountainous regions. It's a high altitude country. Tanzania, there's mountains here. You got the highest mountain, Kilimanjaro, and then you have smaller mountains. Ethiopia, all along the east coast, the eastern side of Africa, you have the mountains. And we know the mountains have always been a place of safety because you got running water, you got shelter, you got food, everything is self-sustainable, and then you're elevated. So if floods come, natural disasters come, you're able to be above it. So yeah, just start thinking strategically. We about to wrap this up. Stephen, if you could post a link again to the video that I recommended everybody watch this video, and share it as much as you can with everyone. And then y'all going over to Minister Teo channel because he started a live. And make sure y'all check out the Dry Bones Project to support the work of the diaspora in Tanzania and all the projects we have. Like I mentioned earlier, we have the Community Land Project, which we're going to be talking about more in the next couple of weeks. Do you keep money in African banks? Yes. So yeah, Stepping Stones to Home just reposted the video, so y'all can click on that. And anything else you want to say?
Man, we free. We free, y'all. We're free to be who, what, and whatever we're supposed to be. So, bro, take the mental shackles off and do what you got to do to heal. Even when it's hard, just do what you got to do to heal, man. Yep. That's it. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. And just, man, make sure you share this and let people know that they can do whatever they put their mind to. And know that we're free and you can do whatever you put your mind to. So, man, Well, it's daytime there, so y'all enjoy y'all day.
Yeah, it's nighttime.
Yeah,
What
it's
time is it?
nighttime. It's
It's
bedtime.
11:40 p.m.
Yeah. We about to hit the bed. So, hey, if you watch this in the replay, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the like button, hit the share button, so we can get this message out further and let people know what the motherland really looks like,
Yeah.
and what the vibe really is like over here.
Yeah, we love y'all. We are not like people who are like standoffish. So please feel free to reach out to us if y'all see us out in public. Say hello. But we meet a lot of y'all all the time. Y'all always like T3 and me. Y'all know we chop it up with y'all. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us if you need to do a consult. If you need more information, you really don't have to because most of the information is in our videos. But if you want one-on-one specific information, you can book a consult with us. The link will be in the description box. And yeah, we're gonna be coming on here more because of the hour we're in. We feel like we need to be before you guys a lot more. So we're gonna start doing a lot more lives and that type of stuff as much as we can because we still got other stuff going on. But yeah. So we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Salama, Stiemi, Shalom.
Usiku Wema.
Usiku Wema. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.